Hello, my name's Gabriel and I have what they call schizophrenia. Today's video is an update about me being in the hospital. So I've been in the hospital for over 4 weeks now. I came here in December and it's now January, and I just wanted to say I'm doing really good. I've been dealing with anxiety every now and then, but I fight through it, and yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. So pretty soon I'm going to be finding my own apartment. Or a room in someone's house or whatever, just a place to live really. And then I'm going to save it. If I do get a room in someone's house and not an apartment, I'm going to save up while I'm in that room to get an actual apartment so I can get my cat and live with my cat again, because I really miss her. So I've been in the hospital for about 4 or 5 weeks now. I was only allowed off property once, and that was Christmas Day, but because of COVID I'm not allowed to really go on day passes. But I'm thinking things might change this coming week because Doug Ford is opening up or easing restrictions, so I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, I got a new computer coming in the mail. It's a Dell laptop, and I'm pretty excited about that, because I'll be able to play some better games than what I currently have. And yeah, I've been reading, and I noticed something really weird. When I read, I don't know if any of you guys get this, but when I read, my voices tend to get louder. And I think it's because I'm focusing on what I'm reading. And whenever you focus in on your senses, you kind of hallucinate more. So I've been noticing I hallucinate more when I read, but I've been trying to push past it and read anyways, because it's like, what if everyone else can read, why can't I? So yeah, you probably saw my last video. I'm in the same room that I was in that video as I am now, and I plan on making loads of more content. There'll be tons of more topics being done. I plan to make loads and loads of videos over the next few weeks, and when I get out I'm going to continue making videos. But always remember, when you go into the hospital, it's not forever. If you do it on your own, you're a voluntary patient pretty much. You get treated differently and you get to leave when you want, so there's no harm done. And like, if you feel sick and you want to go to the hospital, even if they section you, it's like for 3 days to 7 days, and the section ends, and you get to go home if you feel better. So there's really no risk, because it's up to you when you want to leave. And that's something I've learned this time around. So yeah, I just got a new phone because my other one broke, and I'm recording on that phone now, my new phone. And I'm excited to make loads of YouTube videos for you guys. If there's any topics you want me to talk about, just let me know. And yeah. So I've barely been hallucinating lately, and I don't want to sound unrelatable. I've still been hallucinating like a couple times a week, but not as much as I used to. And for you guys out there who are hearing this, I want you to know that there comes a point after your psychosis when you're getting better. Even when it's been like a year, you're still going to hear voices, but at this point I'm at like a year and a half after my psychosis, and it's starting to slowly go away. So I want people out there to know that you can make it through this. I made it through it. You can make it through it too. My psychosis, I literally felt like I was in hell. It was a living hell, and I just felt doomed and trapped. I thought I was having heart attacks 10 times a day and no way to prove it. And it really sucked, man. Like, I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't watch YouTube because it was like watching YouTube with my worst enemy. You know, I'd be hearing this annoying voice that's basically torturing me. And what, you think I'm going to go watch YouTube while I'm being tortured with a voice? It's like wherever you go, that voice is there, and you can't enjoy activities because you feel like you're enjoying it with your enemy. So I went through that phase in my psychosis. But then when I realized that I had schizophrenia, when I finally admitted I had schizophrenia, the weight lifted off my shoulders, and I finally figured out that I had schizophrenia, and I realized it by watching videos on schizophrenia. People told me I was schizophrenic for years before this, but I didn't believe them, so I came off my meds and went into like a month and a half of psychosis, realized I was schizophrenic, went through another month and a half of psychosis, and when I came back on my clozapine, that's when I kind of snapped out of it. And I'm thankful I did snap out of it. And you'll snap out of it too, 100%. You just gotta take your meds and do the right therapy and do what you gotta do to get better mentally. Figure out what your triggers are and avoid those triggers. Never feel bad for telling a voice to F off. If a voice is bugging you and it's pretending to be your friend, don't feel guilty about telling it to F off. That was my biggest mistake. I felt like I couldn't be mean to the voices that were being mean to me, because I thought there was nice voices that were fighting against the negative voices. But the reality is, all those voices, even the positive voices, are there to trick you. All the voices. Tell the nice voices to F off as you would the bad voices, because those nice voices are trying to attach themselves to you to mislead you. That's what it felt like in my situation. They would be nice, and then they would say something misleading. So they'd be nice to gain my trust, and they would mislead me once I got that trust, or gave them that trust. So I don't talk to any voices now. I don't give them any attention. I don't thank them. They don't deserve it. And I don't deserve it. So I just want you all to remember, your schizophrenia will get better. It always does get better. Just consent to treatment. Take your meds. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, feel free asking me, because I will answer any questions you have. I've had all sorts of hallucinations, even really embarrassing ones. So try not to worry. I thought that there was no one with tactile hallucinations out there, or very few people. But then, after making videos about my tactile hallucinations, I see that there's loads of people out there with tactile hallucinations. So it's just, people usually only talk about visual and auditory hallucinations, but for me, I get tactile hallucinations and visual and auditory. Not really visual too much, but like I'll see shapes, or if I stare at something for too long, I'll get tunnel vision, or I'll see like a shadow for a split second, but that's about it. But my main hallucinations were voices and tactile hallucinations. And like I said, tactile, you don't hear much people talking about them, but I'm talking about them because I know there's people out there who have tactile hallucinations, who want to know that there's someone out there who has those hallucinations, and I do have those hallucinations. So if you're watching this video and you have tactile hallucinations, you're not alone. I have them too, and they've been getting less and less. I only hallucinate when I think about hallucinations. I only hallucinate when I remember I'm schizophrenic, or that I have schizophrenia. It's a better way to say it, because I'm not schizophrenic, but I have schizophrenia. Schizophrenia doesn't have me. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know I've already said that, but yeah, I got this new phone so I can record videos every day, or at least a few times a week, and upload these videos. I'll probably start editing my videos too a little bit. Not overly edit them, but I'll edit them pretty good. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for what the future holds. Gonna have my own apartment. I'll finally be able to sleep in the same bed as my cat, because I miss my cat so much. But I'm really excited about getting my cat back. I also have these things like where when I'm saying something, I get a intrusive thought while I'm saying it, and it makes me feel like the meaning of what I'm saying has a hidden motive. It's really weird, because like when I was thinking about my cat, an intrusive thought came in my brain saying that you're gonna die before you see your cat. that intrusive thought just went right into my brain while I was saying, I'm excited to see my cat. I just had to share that because it's like, I need to vent these things. Like, I get random intrusive thoughts while I'm talking, and it feels like they're changing the intention behind what I'm saying, when in reality it's like an intrusive feeling. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's really weird. That's another thing I deal with, is intrusive thoughts and PTSD. I deal with a lot of PTSD and intrusive thoughts because it's like, when I think about my last psychosis, and I haven't shared everything on this channel. I haven't shared things that I did in my last psychosis because they traumatized me, and I still have PTSD from it. And I'll get intrusive thoughts that are revolved around the PTSD, and they scare the shit out of me, even though it's just an intrusive thought. It's like when a veteran comes back from the war and he hears a popping sound, he thinks gunshots are firing, and it reminds him of that, so he avoids anything that makes that sound. And that's like a simple thought that a normal human would have and not freak out to. I'll have, and I'll immediately freak out when there's no reason to freak out. I'll have all sorts of intrusive thoughts, whereas if I was like 10 and I was having these thoughts, I'd be like, oh, it's just a thought. Thoughts aren't reality. But I'll have these thoughts, and it's like, I think that it's reality for a minute, even though it's not. So I have like this constant PTSD about it. But like I said, I'm working through it, and I know everything will work out. And it'll work out for you too. It'll work out for all of us. I do believe in the future that there will be a cure for schizophrenia. I believe the cure already exists, they're just not sharing it. Like, there's got to be some sort of plant in the Amazon rainforest that hasn't been discovered. Or maybe it has, but it's kept secret, you know. Nature puts cures for like everything. So I do think that there's something out there that will cure us in the future. I do pause the video there for a minute because I think a nurse just walked by. I didn't want her to walk in the room during my video. But yeah, I've been reading a book called The Insanity Machine, Living with Paranoid Schizophrenia. That's what it's called. And it's a really good book, so I recommend any of you who are interested in hearing this person's story to go buy it on Amazon. And I'm not being paid to say this. I literally have the book right here. I don't want to show it because I don't know if it's like gonna cause a copyright issue with my video. But it's by Kenna McKinnon and Austin Merdon or something like that. And it's a really good book. It's just about dealing with schizophrenia in like the 80s and 90s and how different things were. And how it's starting to change, like the mental health. I don't know how to describe it. The mental health community is starting to change. So it's a good book if you want to read about something and be motivated on getting better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot of ranting and venting and a bit of positivity, a bit of hopefully not negativity, but you know, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content, and I will see you in another video. I always stumble on that word or whatever. My name's Gabriel, and I have what they call schizophrenia. I will see you in another video. Thank you.